So lockdown 3.0 has begun. So unfortunately the golf courses are shut, all the facilities are shut, and what can you do? So the main bit to try is get a positive out of a negative and try and improve yourself. If you haven't got the facilities at home to work on your swing, then the main thing to attack is you. So trying to improve that body swing connection so that you can get the body moving in a more efficient way to produce a more consistent, powerful, overall better golf swing, producing a better golf shot. So welcome to Mark Henry Golf. Today I will be showing you how to improve your T-spine rotation and also going through the up and coming videos we've got over this period of this lockdown. Right, let's get stuck in. So on our next few videos we are reviewing the new Titleist driver. We are showing how to improve mobility in the T-spine, so our rotational movement, also our shoulder mobility, and how to stop shanking the golf ball. So good selection. Any requests that you've got that you wish me to do a video on that will help you in this period of lockdown, please send it through. Right, and so our first video today is for our rotation. So the rotation of our T-spine, so our upper spine. So for this you need a band, so some kind of band. This is an FMT band, it can just be an ordinary band. You need a foam roller, so that will then just loosen that upper back so it has some kind of chance of getting some kind of rotation. And I've got a yoga block which you could easily replace with a towel. Top of that we need a chair, so we do the seated trunk rotation test, so you need a chair for that. And also one thing I want to add in, because we will be going through different power sources, so the main 4 power sources that you have got is the vertical thrust, the vertical jump, you've got your rotation, so your rotational power, you've got your arm chop, and then you've got your wrist release. Now a great bit of kit is a rip trainer, which is basically a bungee and a bar. That is a great bit of kit. I would highly recommend making an investment in that now, so then over the next 6 weeks minimum you can get stuck in with this, and it will make a huge difference to those power sources I just mentioned. Right, first one is our seated trunk rotation test. So let's get stuck in. So first thing first is the test. So like I said, you just need an armchair, sit nice and upright, fingers on your temples, elbows nice and back, so they're not rounded forward, so nice and back, so you're squeezing those shoulder blades, chest is nice and puffed out, and your triceps are parallel to the floor, and then you're looking to try and achieve at least a 45-degree rotational move, and making sure your knees don't go forward and back, because otherwise your hips are helping out your upper back too much. Now an average tour player would get between 50 to 60 degrees. I would need surgery to try and achieve that. I'm pretty stiff on the upper back. I need to work on this and improve this a lot more. So you'll do the test first to give you some kind of indication where you're at. So keep the knees together, that's pretty important, and then rotate round. So as soon as you don't push it, stay nice and upright, don't get any pain, so that's as far as I can go, which is, like I said, isn't that great. And then rotate the other way. One side will be better than the other. So you're trying to get to a 45-degree motion both ways. So if you turn, you would measure, so you're putting something across your chest to measure the move. Don't get too carried away and think, oh yeah, I've done it, when you've then measured or dipped down or used your elbow to try and increase. This is not a macho thing. You're not trying to snap yourself in two, just a nice relaxed turn and see how far you get. Right, so that's your test. So you would take note of how far you've got, and then you need to put stuff in to try and improve that, which will make a massive difference to one, maintaining your spine angle, producing a bigger turn, consistency and power. Right then, let's get stuck in to the next bit of trying to loosen yourself up so you can actually turn a little bit better. First thing to attack is to try and make the upper back just that bit looser, just that bit easier to turn, break it up a little bit. So we are using the foam roller for this. Massively important, do not roll your lower back. You'll be pushing organs about, which doesn't sound great to me, so definitely avoid that. Please do not do that. So this is just on your upper back. It will hurt to begin with, so it's not that much fun, believe me. So you would just roll it back and forward. Oh, I'm feeling that, to say the least. So just do that half a dozen times. That will break it up. That will get easier as you do it, but that is the starting point, just to help you have a bit more of a chance to get some kind of rotation. Well, the blood is rushing to me at the moment as I'm talking to you. So let's that will do, I think. Right. Next one. So now you've used the foam roller to get that upper back a lot looser. Next one is our band. So now we're trying to open up the chest and get it nice and expansive as much as possible. So first of all is arms parallel to the floor and really opening up that chest, stretching it across the chest and feeling a pinch of the shoulder blade. So I would do between 3 and 6. Next one is just a slight upgrade, so this time you're going up and over your head. Same movement, this time it's behind your back. So then that is just exaggerating that stretch. Do the same again, do 3 to 6, so then that's really opening it up and you'll feel a massive difference. If you just try and do this consistently, you will begin to feel a lot looser in that upper back, which is then making it a lot more mobile, to then improve that seated trunk rotation test. Cool, got that in one try. Right, next one is an open book move, which is back down on the floor using our yoga block. So this one is our open book move. So I've got the yoga block to support my head. Like I said, towel, pillow or anything like that will be fine. So just get yourself so you've got your knees up into that bent position, so into that right angles. The arm on the floor is holding those knees down, so you'll be itching to try and open that up. You're trying to feel the resistance there and the resistance in this hip. So you're maintaining that position. Put your arm out. So this is my bad side, so I'll show you the difference here because you do both sides. Same again, do 3 to 6 depending on how you're feeling. So then just open yourself up, allow your head to follow the move, and you're trying to get this arm down to the floor. And as you can see, I'm pretty limited on that side. If I quickly show you the other side, because one side will be much better than the other, there's a big difference, significant difference. So that was almost your Clint Eastwood movie there, Good, Bad and the Ugly. So the first one was definitely bad and the ugly, and this one's much better, so this is the good. So this is what you're actually looking to achieve, making sure that the two knees stay together, they don't push apart, and the hip stays, so the hip bone is like pointing up to the ceiling. It's basically the bad version would be that, so that is dropped down, the two knees have come apart, which has enabled me then to turn and get my hand on the floor. So that is called your open book, which is extremely good for a disassociation from the top to the bottom and getting that rotation, which again will help improve our test. Each time you do that little circuit, I would finish with the test as well, because that also would count as an exercise. So it's basically the main thing is that you're enabling yourself, well, you're reminding your T-spine that it's supposed to be rotating. You're doing various different things with the foam roller, the open book series and the band to improve it so it has the capabilities to rotate. But the test is a very good exercise as well. So like I said, two knees together, upright, fingers on temples, push those elbows back, triceps parallel to the floor and rotate. A very good trick is to do 2 big deep breaths when you're in the rotational move. and you'll see it distracts the rib cage, and then you actually turn further. So make sure you do the same both sides. So good Darth Vader impression, and then you'll, as you can see, it will enable you to rotate further round. So the target would be to try and get to about 45 degrees, and it doesn't take much to improve that. Like I said, bit of foam roller, bit of overhook series, bit of band stretching. Doing this seated trunk rotation test will definitely make a difference to being able to rotate, maintain the spine angle. So if you tend to come out of your spine angle, then the restriction in the T-spine will have a massive play in that. So if you manage then to improve maintaining your posture, you will then improve the strike, which will then improve consistency and distance. So it is a massive plus. So any questions or comments, please send them through. Smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.